Pughe here. Today I'm looking at Autumn Leaves arpeggios. This is part 3 in a series on arpeggios on autumn leaves. In the first exercise, we played the arpeggios ascending. We played a quarter note on the root, and then eighth notes on 3, 5, and flat 7, and then a quarter note to end on. So we started and ended on the root, and there was an eighth rest at the end of the measure. In the second exercise, we played the arpeggios, but descending. We started on a quarter note, eighth notes on flat 7, in this case 5, flat 3, 1, and a quarter note at the end. So we had a quarter note root at each end, and there was an eighth rest. So all the chords were kind of separated. In this exercise, we're going to combine the up and the down. So we're going to go up an A minor 7 arpeggio, and then down the D7 arpeggio. But we're going to, instead of that eighth rest at the end of each measure, we're going to play the 3 of the chord. So on the A minor 7, we've got the A, the C, E, G, A, and then we're going to play the C, which is actually going to nicely lead us into the D7. Then we'll play the D7, and then at the end of the D7, we're going to go back to the 3, which is the F sharp, and that will lead us nicely into the G. And then we'll go up the G, G, B, D, F sharp, G, but then we'll play the B at the end, and that leads us into the C. Now we'll play the 3 at the end of that, so that'll be the E again, and then up the F sharp, minor 7, flat 5, then the 3 of that chord, which is the A, which leads us nicely into the B. Then we'll play the 3rd of the B7, which is a D sharp, and that will lead us into the E minor. Now we've got 2 measures. I'm still going to hit the 3rd at the end and then go the other direction. There's 2 previous videos on the arpeggios, and I'm hoping that you will look at the first video and get comfortable with the arpeggios ascending. I'm hoping that you will look at the first video. Then you should look at the second video and get comfortable with the arpeggios descending. They're a little bit more difficult to play and a little bit more difficult to hear descending. So it's really important to spend some time on just descending arpeggios and get comfortable with them. Both of those exercises really are mechanical exercises, and they sound mechanical. That doesn't mean they aren't important, but they're really not quite music. But once you start connecting these arpeggios, now you're kind of looking at a bigger piece. Instead of playing at one measure at a time, you're kind of connecting these, and you're playing a larger piece. So you can really start to hear it much more as music as opposed to an exercise. On the previous videos, I went over the scale. I did this basically in second position. There is a E minor scale in second position, and there's a G major scale in second position. So I'm able to get most of these notes for these arpeggios out of that scale position. So I'm trying to relate the chords in the key of E minor and the E minor scale and the arpeggios. But on the B7 I need a D sharp. So usually I play it here. So I moved the B7 down to first position so I could play the whole chord in one place as opposed to switching in the middle. But it's up to you. But when there's a section near the end where we've got an E minor 7 to an E flat 7 to a D minor 7 to a D flat 7. So that didn't loan itself to the trick that I was using for the rest of the tune. So I just went straight up the first chord and sort of straight down from the second. But once again, I did want to connect them. So so I started on the root on the first, E, G, B, and we went to on the E minor 7, then we went to the E flat 7, so I went B flat, G, E flat, so 5, 3, 1, and then we had a D minor 7, so we went 1, 3, 5, D, F, A, and then a D flat 7, so slid down 1 fret. So once again, trying to connect these. And that led us nicely into the C major 7. And then the B7. So I hope you're enjoying these exercises. I hope that they're giving you some ideas on how you might improvise or write a melody on this set of changes. So please have a good week, and I will see you next week. Thank you.